It's another episode of the real trucking crimes of Kurri Kurri, where we discuss the offence that is failing to stop. Yes, an offence we have seen before, but I reckon we got to see some new insights when Kurri Kurri Local Court sat in May 2025. The defendant and the rest of us in the courtroom gallery learnt that not all truck checking stations are set up the same. I'm assuming most of us are familiar with the Mount White checking stations on the F3 between Newcastle and Sydney. Yes, I still call it the F3, I know the name's been changed, whatever. So you notice all the trucks leave the F3 and there's signs that tell them to either return back to the highway or stop at the big shed. It's the same situation northbound as it is southbound. In other parts of New South Wales, there are known locations where trucks get checked, but they're just a space on the side of the road where the inspectors set up. Then there's locations that have both types, such as 12 Mile, which is on the Pacific Highway north of Raymond Terrace. On the northbound side, there is nothing, just a big tarred space where the inspectors set up. Southbound, there's a big shed and signs like at Mount White. 12 Mile is where the fail to stop occurred in today's case here at Kurri Kurri Local Court. The truck driver showed up, he was probably in his 60s, and self-represented. The driver claims they drove from Sydney and when they got to 12 Mile, they saw the inspectors and pulled in, only to be asked, "What are you doing?" because they hadn't actually directed him to stop. The driver continues on. Later, on the return journey to Sydney, he got to 12 Mile and didn't think he was required to stop and so stayed on the highway. However, trucks on the southbound lanes are required to go into the truck lane where the sign then gives them the direction to stop or keep going. Not entering the truck checking lane to be given the direction is what this case is all about. The driver claims they made an honest mistake because of the earlier experience they had northbound. The magistrate points out that they consider it helpful that the heavy vehicle prosecutor is sent by the regulator to Kurri and has spent time talking to the defendants about their cases. The 12 Mile truck driver's case was dismissed. By the way, not all the failed to stop cases were dismissed. There was another case on this day that involved a truck driver who failed to stop 3 times, as well as the offence that is not keep a work diary. Like many truck drivers, they are based all over Australia. They weren't here in person but had contacted the court. They were convicted, given various fines, plus ordered to pay professional costs to the heavy vehicle regulator. So driving a truck and failing to stop when directed may lead to a case here at Kurri Kurri Local Court.